So who have you come as to London Comic Con today?
Kind of a combination, because the whole sort of group theme is you take an Iron Man suit and give it sort of characteristics of another comic book character or just a famous character in general. So we've got Iron Man mixed with Shocker from Spider-Man. We've got mixed with Sabretooth from X-Men and from Predator from the film series. So yeah, it's been good fun.
So what was the inspiration to come like that today?
Pretty much the sort of, I'm not sure if you've seen the sort of photoshopped images going around of like Iron Man painted like a different kind of character. Pretty much that, we always thought they looked really cool, like really badass. So I want to see if we can try and do a sort of costume version of it.
So how did you put this costume together? Because it's looking pretty great.
Thanks. It's easier than it looks, but it's not really a walk in the park, but it's not as sort of mind-blowing as people might think. It's like, there's a file called Pepakura, which essentially is like a paper craft program, cut it out in paper, sort of, and just translate it over to different materials. Like I've made mine out of EVA foam, essentially just gym mats from like PE and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's just sort of different kind of materials mashed together, and yeah, it's just a lot of handiwork, pretty much.
Did you have to kind of work out how you were going to put it together yourself, or was there any sort of plans and stuff that you looked at online?
Well, a lot of it for me and my brother here came from Tim here putting us in the right direction to sort of have YouTube tutorials or just internet videos in general showing us how to do it. Or some of it's kind of sort of common sense problem solving. If you're doing sort of custom builds like the three of us are, it's not all going to be out there, you have to do some of it yourself. But primarily you get your grounds going from tutorials and things like that. It's a good fun.
And what is it about Iron Man that you like in particular?
He looks amazing. He is one of the coolest looking characters in comic books. So they translate that over pretty well.
So are you a big fan of the films then?
Yeah, I mean, I love the films. I mean, I was never really, I'm big into my Marvel, but it was more towards the sort of cartoons, TV shows kind of thing. I was never really into the comics, but it was always the cartoons for me, and Iron Man was one of those.
And can you put your helmet down so we can get the full effect?
Yeah, certainly.
Guys, you both look absolutely fantastic. I mean, what is it like under those costumes?
Lightweight, but very uncomfortable. It's very hot with the amount of people that are here. I've had more uncomfortable ones before, I think. Yeah. It's just difficult to walk in these.
Yeah. So you do have to kind of make sure that you've got enough room to walk by and stuff?
Yeah. We try to, but it's not going to happen with these many people. I sort of lose my depth perception. I keep knocking into people because I don't realize how far out my shoulders are going. But no one seems to mind just yet.
And how about you? Do you want to tell me a bit about your costume as well?
Well, yeah, it's a mixture between Iron Man and I've mixed in Sabretooth from X-Men. But because normally Sabretooth has like a yellow and sort of like a reddy brown colour, but because I live with the guy that's got a yellow suit, sort of from getting confusing, I went for more of a Hulk versus Wolverine colour scheme where you sort of got like brown and light brown.
And what is it about Iron Man that you particularly like, and the X-Men as well?
X-Men because it's just, well, when I was younger it was sort of the first real thing I watched on TV and I thought it was amazing. And yeah, just the idea behind everything, sort of. And I like the idea of having all mutants and stuff. It's a really cool, sort of cool concept, I think. And Iron Man, just because everything's so mechanical and very cool.
Tell me about putting the costume together a little bit.
We sort of put it together with EVA foam. It's essentially just gym mats. You cut them up and you position them in a certain way, put them together. We use there's a program which is called Pepakura, which is like a paper craft program. People make a 3D object, program turns it into a net, you then put the nets together and you've got, voila, you've got a helmet or whatever you want to have built on. So
how have you been enjoying walking around like that at the event today?
It's been really good fun. I mean, the reactions you get from people make the whole sort of costume building very much worth it, because the reactions from everyone is pretty insane. Everyone seems to, well, 97% of the audience seems to like it, other 3% sort of think it's a bit stupid, they don't really understand where the idea comes from, but it's alright, it's not a problem.
And just put your helmet down and we'll have a quick look at your costume. Fantastic, you look absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. And if I ask you about your costume, who are you combining with Iron Man today?
Iron Man and the Predator from the movies.
So why Predator and Iron Man?
Because that looks pretty cool.
So how did you put it all together? Because it's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it's from the Pepakura files, and then other bits you've just got to sort of improvise and just cut and shut other bits. So yeah, it's all basically EVA foam with the occasional bit of resin, bit of polyester body filler.
Have you done much cosplay before?
Yeah, a couple of times. Did a Theron guard from Gears of War. So yeah, that was a pretty big one last year. And then other ones like Kratos and Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
So what have you been enjoying about being at the Comic-Con today and the reaction you've been getting?
It's good. It's good. It's a nice little ego trip.
Do you want to put your helmet on so we can have a good look at what you look like in all your splendour? Oh, it's a two-man job, this one. Wow, that's quite something. Looking pretty badass. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much.